Anyway, Endpoint. This is the side where they've recently made the roster transition from HUDG, leaving the team and bringing in PT. PT, the role he fills is quite different to... Got a slight delay here, but anyway, the role that he fills is very different to what HUDG does, right? PT is similar sort of player to Jesp. Jesp is someone who's very good at... Jesp and PT are very good players at supporting, setting up AWPers, like Lazar. I mean, I spoke to Lazar at Insomnia when he first started playing with Jesp, and he said, playing with Jesp made such a big difference for me because he flashes for me, he communicates well for me, we play on sites well together, and PT is a very, very similar player like that. And one of the problems with Pete was, you know, he played for August back in Premier, at the time, the top UK team back with Rattlesnake, and he had like, what, 90, 80 hours in the past 2 weeks. Since then, he's been coasting on like 10, 5, plays the occasional pug here and there. Now he's back in form. He's got nearly 100 hours past 2 weeks. He is grinding the game again. Let's see if he can, you know, be the point that Endpoint are missing.
I'm just hoping he molds quite well, because the one thing that happened with Jess was, yes, he was being that helpful teammate, being that supporting figure, but he didn't quite fit in, you know, like a dead perfect pixel puzzle. He actually decided, you know what, this is not working after that UK Masters final. So that's where we got to see the likes of PT come in, and this is where we get to see the show really building up. Of course, we are live into this one. Endpoint starting on the CT side, SKUM over on the terrorist side. In terms of what SKUM are looking to bring to the table, it is going to be good old NK, I'm assuming from that name, and you know, fair play to this guy, it makes sense to be honest, because that's where the eyes are all leading towards. Because Ezio taking a fair bit of damage early on.
Yep, Imi though on the fast rotation, trying to spot these players as they push up towards the A bomb site. Lazar as well on the fast rotate from B. Bomb is on the side, now the bomb shall be planted.
SKUM going to be looking for those one taps there. Lazar in return though is going to be the only man to actually land the shot as he takes down Hawkins. Phil ever so aggressive, and I like this position from him because the minute Lazar peeks out wide again, in a minute he will lead to his death. And it's going to be a jumping shot from Filler. What a madman, and what a way to get away with it. That's a shot you can't afford to miss, though. Thankfully, PT, Mighty Max, Ezio, they will all combine. Mighty Max still looking for that frag on towards Muffin. He will fall. In Endpoint, they will secure the rounds, but in a very close-knit fashion.
Yep, Endpoint have been doing so well in their pistol rounds recently. I cast them last night, and they won every single pistol round. They won 4 pistols in a row, and they also lost 4 anti-ecos in a row as well. I'm not joking.
That's quite a stat.
That is, it was very, you know, worrying to watch, right? Because your Endpoint, you're thinking, you've got the brains and the aim, you're going to be winning those you're going to be winning versus force fights. The problem is, they haven't always got the best setups. Sometimes they play one player alone, one player isolated, and they give up a frag, and as soon as the opening, the round falls apart. Ezio played this exact same spot yesterday, got his head blown off, and that ended the round instantly, but he's falling back now.
Oh, only falling back so far to the left angle. This is one's much easier to fight, though. However, Hawkins is still going to tap on through. Emmy trying to peek out and kind of fix those previous mistakes, but no, you're right. The heads are being dropped dead. SKUM are crossing over to the site. These nades need to rain on down. These frags need to be forced. As Filler is chasing on towards BT. Max, if he pushes here, he's almost certainly dead as the angle is being held. This is some great CS coming out from SKUM now. They consistently take battles. They're winning this round. Endpoint, you're doing it all over again. You're repeating the stat line, hammering this one home. As Lazar is it in a 1 versus 2. Both of these players on the SKUM side are all but low. 52 and 43 HP. Just shy of 100 between them combined. Bear in mind, Lazar has all the utility, has a nade. There's so much he could do here, but instead he wants to focus on finding these frags. Actual fragging power. He does equalize the situation. A flash is going to go off, but that isn't going to change too much. All it will do is close down the distance now. Lazar still peeking around, gets himself up towards Broken Wall though, and he'll close it down. Endpoint, and they go and get tough. Lazar steps up.
Shouldn't be that close, okay? They are playing versus a full E-code SKUM. Imagine if those players had armor.
I'm just, the amount of money they lose.
Exactly, right? So now they're going to have to reinvest. Luckily for them, they're versus AK, so the fact they have 3.750 isn't the end of the world. Pete can still, or he could have bought AK, M4 and Kevlar. Instead though, 4 SMGs to buy the utility, and an M4 on Imi. Let's see how they're going to play this one. First buy around here, 5 AKs, no AWP on the side of SKUM, but it's a very versatile team SKUM. I mean, so many players can pick up the AWPs, and so many of these players are high skill, high impact.
Hawkins so far out of B platform already, so early into the round, spots the head of Lazar and just completely denies him anything. In these first opening rounds now, Muffin's going to be holding an angle, and Ezio just going to walk right into his arms saying, yet again, here you go, just take me for all I'm worth. As Imi is going to try and just peek around on towards A, and his job at this point is to transform into a bit of an anchor-based role, but at the same time, all that's going to be on the mind of him right now is, okay, how can I take this back? How can I make this workable for me? Because a CT side, with a minute on the clock, You need to shut down that difference. He knows that his job right now, if he falls, pretty much makes this round done and dusted.
Yeah, but Max rotating in. The thing is, do they anticipate him to be playing towards the bomb site? Might catch 1 or 2 players and go. Probably 1 or 2 kills simply isn't enough.
Trades. That's all it's going to be. It's going to be simple
Whoa.
trades. They plant the bomb. Max is actually going to pop one out,
Oh.
looking for a 3K, but it's the trade. He only finds 2. What does that mean? PT, he's over on the other side of the map trying to work out how can I move around, how can I climb, or whatever he's up to right now, because he's nowhere near the support. So what we actually see there was one person trying to play a 1v5 because he's on the site, and PT completely out of the action as if he's already saving.
Yep, I mean, from that round there, Luz are pushing B platform, right? It's great to take control of B platform, that's great. Okay, that's what you're supposed to do on your CT side defense. Take control of B plat. Once you have control of B plat, if Luzzer is alone towards B plat, that causes Max to be able to rotate towards window and drop and support PT and drop. Also means that Max is on a faster rotate towards B. Problem is, Luzzer falls, Pete then has to, rotate in, go to the platform, and then Max is left alone drop. Instead of getting 2 players rotating in towards there, you get 1. Max simply alone isn't enough to hold off that push, and Luzzer went for the B plat control alone with no flashbang.
Let me pitch another question to you, though, just to follow off the back of that explanation you've just done. If you're in Imi's position, I kind of highlighted that he's going to be trying to think, as the IGL right now, okay, how can we turn this from a 3 versus 5 back into something workable?
Yep.
What would you actually make a play there? Because I felt like him going down towards mid and going that far in was so risky, with really not too much value, because him to find 2 frags and get away without it being just another trade, seems like all but impossible.
I think as well, you had to play a Max rotating in, so if you waited a little bit longer, they could have done potential crossfire or a setup together.
Either way, though, Pistol's going to be in play in SMG as that as well. Endpoint, they basically forced up into this one. They're trying to make the best of this. Luzzer, so much pressure on his shoulders with this AWP to hit his shot. He's going to find himself 1. Max with the UMP is going to find the headshot on towards Duck. Meanwhile, Filler trying to toy with the idea of planting that bomb. Luzzer still rallying off some shots. Can't quite find it through the smoke, though. So close, but so far. As the smoke goes down towards block, a counter boost up in towards drop. Only that Ezio can push him from platform, just from behind. There's Endpoint, a 1-man advantage. Utility, all but favouring them. Max going to spot out the head of Hawkins. Okay, trying to bring this one back for his team, but in a 1 versus 3, he should just be getting beat. This should be easy, and so it shall. Luzzer is going to land the shot, and Endpoint, the phrase still holds true when the going gets tough. Luzzer steps up, double kill for him. Mighty Max with a triple kill there as well. Huge performance from him as well. And all, Endpoint, they may have lost a round, but they still reset the side of SKUM. Their economy is pitchy, but something.
Yep, one of the issues when you go for the smoke executes onto one of the bomb sites is, once the bomb is down, how do you hold off the CTs from retaking with their utility, right? You saw once the smoke's depleted, Hawkins left alone towards the new cubby, completely in the middle of nowhere, out in the open. Easy kill there for Max. Luzzer as well, when the smokes fade away, very easy off angles for him. And it's quite important as well that Luzzer didn't get over aggressive after Pete died. He fell back and he played for the retake, and now SKUM on the eco. Only 3 players, sets of armor, Muffin on the Deagle as well. 10-9 P250. Endpoint, this is a farm round. Try and get as much cash as you can and make sure the AWP and the rifles stay alive.
SKUM certainly set up to be lambs to the slaughter. What is going to be a pretty heavy all-in towards window right now. Emi to find himself 1, drops the bomb right into his grasps. NK, he's going to respond with a cheeky little Tech-9 kill here and there, but unfortunately it doesn't really net too much value. But Ezio and Luzzer being low certainly present a bit of risk. NK can continue to fire up these shots, and Luzzer actually very close there to being taken down, but NK still dancing in the moonlight. Off a bit of a walk and somehow hasn't fallen just yet. Of course, Endpoint realizing that, hold on a second, if we go close and personal here, we actually have a higher chance of losing more people in the process than just letting him run around, letting him do his thing, and then us responding off the back of that. Of course, best case scenario for NK right now is to get that bomb down.
Yeah, big mistake here would be for the Endpoint players to push 1 by 1. Just hold, play passive. You want your rifles to stay alive. You've already lost a player, and this is an eco from SKUM. The problem is if the bomb goes down, more money, extra cash in the bank for the T side means more utility to be thrown at you. But yeah, bomb is planted, playing towards cannons now. This is a 1 and done position. Try and take 1 more gun out of the hands of Endpoint.
So far though, would have been good, but couldn't quite connect the headshot there. Would have had time to fall back, so there was certainly an alternative reality where you took that 1 and done position and turned it back on its head, but for now, it isn't going to take place. It is going to be a quick defuse coming in from Endpoint. They do allow the bomb plant, but to be honest, I feel like that's not the end of the world for Endpoint. They kept more in that round than they gained more.
Yeah, but the bomb did go down, and as I mentioned before, the utility is strong now on the T side. Will they use it properly? How are they going to decide and organize their T side on Cobblestone? Are they going to have their default set towards taking plat control, or is the default going to be taking towards A long control? We see teams like Gambit favor towards B plat, or teams like Virtus Pro take alley. Differing opinions, different ways, and different advantages and disadvantages, obviously.
Not going to be ready and waiting with the smoke. That's certainly going to help Hawkins on his quick advance out of B platform. Laza really going to have to try and hold that off with the AWP, of course. Finds himself consistently barraged by flashes. And that means that a repeat has to come through. But a flash being thrown too early. Hawkins, very odd peek, and I can certainly back you up on your confusion to why that took place though. But the aggression from Muffin is very good. That flash is absolutely perfect now. PT going to try and force the issue towards platform. Sprays down, finds himself one. Laza going to pop off with the ADP, trying to hold things off. Meanwhile, Philip finding so many frags here, making this one work out of nothing. As Laza just dancing on towards Fountain. He is in an impossible predicament, has so many flicks to find, and not enough time to pull this one off. The flash is still raining down on this team side. Duck going to land a quick flick on towards Laza. Philip a one-tap on towards Imi, and this is looking all but done for Endpoint now. Ezio, the one man that can bring this one back, the one man that can contest this because he's the only player left on the side of Endpoint. Peeks out, gets the 1 versus 1 against Phil. That's a frag for him. But the AWP of Duck is going to be a tough beast to really try and tackle. As it's not just an AWP, it's a bomb plant. As Duck has no qualms with getting that down.
Kit in the hand of Ezio. Duck does whiff, goes to the reface, misses again. 2 missed shots. You can't afford to do that with the AWP. Towards Rock as well. Ezio knows he's going to reface, and the 3rd time lucky. Duck repeats, refaces Ezio there with the AWP and does take him down. It's hard for Ezio to win that because there's distance. Yes, Duck's missing, but he can't keep progressing forward because as soon as Duck repeats there and Ezio's behind Rock, it's a very easy shot to hit. He has just a kit, no utility, and SKUM take that round. Endpoint for them. I mean, you've got a shotgun there, and Imi, the money is low. If they lose this, they shall be reset. And at that point, SKUM Gaming could take the lead 5-4 potentially. Again, though, SKUM going for the B-plat control. Olaf Meister Smoke comes out. Max playing towards Speedway, and then Laza playing close plat. So this setup's quite strange. Laza is alone, and Max can't really support him that much apart from a flashback.
I feel like this boost is also very creative, but Hawkins shouldn't be able to do anything on platform. He should be taken down, but he's going to win the battle against Laza. That is a crucial fight to win there. That was an angle that Laza actually was favoured in. So very odd stuff coming in. A smoke is going to go down as well to now really bide even more time for this T side. I'm curious on the value for Endpoint out of a lot of these peaks, because now they're all in towards B. That's where their entirety of the defense will lie. Meanwhile, SKUM, they get the run of the mill on their T-side cobble. They can go anywhere they so choose, and it stretches Endpoint so thin now.
Oh, the Mag 7 here, close range towards mid-ramp could
He's
fight.
not close enough,
This is the thing, is to rotate back. He's not close enough, and now Ezio rotates in though from drop. Smokes off towards tree, but the smoke doesn't go deep enough. That means they can push in forward. PT, the last man here to hold it. Just get another one there. Now Max, last alive, and 1 versus 4. Low HP on 2 players.
The rounds that SKUM are winning, it's the trades that bite onto Endpoint as well. They're able to bring back 1 or 2. You know, you see PT get the pick there, but instantaneously you see SKUM just rush 2 players forward.
I mean, the thing is with Laza, I mentioned before, the setup's bad because Max is towards Speedway and Luz is towards stairs. When you play that setup, you need to have Max playing close towards the platform, under balcony. I mean, trying to think of examples. What the Swedes used to do back on the old Cobblestone was if you boosted up a player onto platform and he played behind the rock, you had to have a player play crack, right? Obviously, the new Cobblestone is very, very different because of stairs. I guess it makes the same sense, right? You have a player box, you have a player stairs to back up each other.
All that's happening in these situations, though, is flat 1 versus 1s where you see that stairs angle get taken, then you see the slow peek out further right as they swing wide.
It's just...
And the wide peek actually wins that, which 9 times out of 10 you would expect that player B platform to be able to win that fight, you know, hands down almost.
Yeah, and it's a bit apprehensive as well. I mean, there's only 1 minute 30 into the round. Just give them play more passive.
I get the game plan from Endpoint. They're like, okay, we want to tackle Hawkins. He's been able to do so much in terms of getting the entry pick. So they're kind of going, okay, we can kind of get rid of 2 things in one situation by contesting towards platform. But you have to do it the right way. You can't just give up this frag so early on, because then what you're trying to tackle that Hawkins entry frag problem. When you die trying to deal with that, all you're doing is actually becoming a part of the problem.
Exactly. And as soon as Laza dies, that forces rotations from A. SKUM Gaming rotate from B. And that's it. A free A bomb site. Amy had to leave as he thought the attack was commencing towards B. Not close enough for the Mag 7. That will grant SKUM 3 rounds on the board and the money reset for Endpoint. They're going into a technical? tactical
A bit of
pause.
both, you know. At the end
Yeah,
of the day,
at the end of
I
the
always
day.
think that when a lot of these UK teams they go into the technical pauses, there's always conversation going on no matter what. Let's be
Yeah,
real.
bit of banter as well. How long does attack pause? And Imi says, oh, Mighty Max says 50 minutes.
Yeah, so it's a very long attack pause. What can I say? Really having time to dish out their cobblestone, bear in mind, considering this was the map that they were playing, to put it lightly.
Oh yeah, versus Barrage.
Yeah.
In some
It's
leagues.
very close as well.
Anyway, 4-3 now. Can Hawkins find more entries onto the B-plat position for his team?
He's doing it again, but at this time there is not much that we can really respond because Endpoint, they're on just pistols.
Still then. Pistols and no armor. USPs on 4 of these players. Ezio on the P2000. He's had a few highlights for that gun actually on Folicos. Tapping commences with a Lazar. Hawkins is about to win that first kill, but it will be his teammate potentially. There it is. Hawkins finds the first and the second and pushes out towards the
Making the sweet work of his opposition on this pistol round. So far finding all of the frags. Hey, why not? Get yourself an ace, my friend. It's going to be Ezio. Peek out from the door, and it is going to be Muffin to steal that one away from him. So not quite the ace, but a quadra kill for him. A single for Muffin. A 4-4 scoreline.
So this is the buy one coming in for Endpoint. Again, no AWP for Lazar. And actually the players on 4000 tend to opt to go for FAMAS and more utility and kits. Quite interesting actually. I mean, typically when you have 4.4k you're going M4, Kevlar, and that gives you enough for 2 flashes and a smoke. Instead they opt for a kit and an extra HE nade. So maybe they might double nade plat together. Who knows?
It's the Endpoint way, isn't it, in terms of what they do, right?
There you go.
Max, actually you're going to be straight into the smoke. Tried it in the previous round, didn't quite work out. We're on that buy, but this time around Max is going to get that first pick advantage. So they've dealt with that immediate problem. Hawkins is all but gone. Now they still have 4 players to contend with, and this is one of the first times we actually get to see SKUM when they're at a man down in this situation. So it's going to be very exciting to see how they're going to respond. Of course, the 9th round, a crucial turning point for which one either of this one is going to swing towards. Is it going to be the seesaw that still skyrockets SKUM back into this? The Molotov, of course, to clear out that angle. Imi somehow going to get away unscathed. The FAMAS of Ezio is just going to bait them in hook, line, and sinker. So much damage being done to this T side. It's a complete role reversal. Endpoint are now the ones dictating the ebb and flow of this matchup. 5 versus 3. Filler searching for something, rubbing around, saying, okay, can I find anyone? But there's nowhere left for them to go. 35 seconds on the clock. And SKUM, they look like they've just run out of T-spawn, just fresh off a buy, because they have gained no map control, no information, no knowledge. Imi just starting on 35 HP.
Exactly. It's almost as if they couldn't believe someone was there. They mollied it and no one was holding for it. Still, the drop control could be in the hands of SKUM. This means they can go for the fast beat swing. Duck down the op. Can he make it happen?
Needs to peek out, tries to deal with Lazar, but also needs to check the ankle. Lazar just completely AFK on stairs. Lazar, come on! NK kind of spiral out towards Fountain. Trying to deal with him with a quick drive by PT still on Fountain, though, is going to secure that round. And Endpoint will walk away for the most part. Unscathed. Max and Lazar did fall, of course. Hate to rail on Lazar, but that's a situation where he really shouldn't be staring at a platform.
You hear it though, that's the thing, right? If you're hearing all those thundering footsteps, you gotta be expecting someone's behind you. But still, 5-4. Endpoint do take that one in the buy round with 5 rifles, and now they do have the AWP. AWP as well on Duck. Duck? Did you say Duck or is it Duck? I say Duck, I don't know why. It's like it's W.
I feel like because you see the double K, you kind of think Duck, but I think everyone's going with Duck.
Call him Duck. So, AWP versus AWP. Lazar is you know, he's always towards statue. He's either statue or sometimes cheeky dude. Very rarely does it go away from that. And actually, Hawkins trying to make an eco play, trying to make work on the map alone. Similar to Robin in Fish 123. On you know, maps like Cobblestone, maps like Overpass, he'll go Monster on Overpass. And on Cobblestone, they'll go towards B-plat alone and try and cause openings for the team, while the other half of their team, the other 4 players, are somewhere else on the map.
This crossfire towards long, though, really could be the crux of the situation. For the CT side, they've got themselves an advantage, but it's just a little too far. But it is going to be a trade. Imi going to be the man to put the nail in the coffin. On towards NK at advantage still. Very well held by the CTs, but throughput beginning to be made over towards this A site. Long being the only point of contention so far. You see Doc kind of toying with the idea of, okay, do I go through mid with this AWP? Is that where my value is to be had? It's risky, as you say, but it could bear a reward. And when you are at a disadvantage, sometimes risk outweighs the reward. By the way, it is going to be some utility expended out on towards the site. Max still there to hold just above. Good old truck. He's still holding, and even a trade here yet again would be so valuable. He finds one, drops the bomb, looks for a second, but there's the trade from Phil. Mighty Max still playing the elevated angle, tapping on full, but now he's just going to hug tight. He's just going to wait for the prime time to peak, wait for utility to be expended. He's got so much he can do here. He can go huge, and he is Luzzer to hold the cross, and the team play of Endpoint gets them that round.
6-4 now. 2 rounds in the lead for Endpoint. They're slowly taking the advantage here.
It all started when they dealt with Hawkins, though.
Exactly.
That's where everything began.
As soon as the opening picks weren't happening towards B platform, things change, right? It seems like SKUM are so hesitant to make plays. They play, I don't want to say scared, but very, very... What's the word I'm looking for? I mean, okay, you look at Zeus as a corner, right? He's known for typically running down the clock. Maybe NK was the draw from that. I mean, Gambit, considered the best cobblestone team in the world right now. Maybe he's won us over some of those demos. Probably an American accent on that one. Still though, the buy is weak on SKUM Gaming side. They're going for the B-burst. They know Luzzer is AWPing. And will he be watching this angle?
This is his time to shine. This is him time to kind of prove that he is value. The bomb is going to get planted. He creeps around, finds one through the smoke, just denying that bomb plant. PT and Max all combining as well. Luzzer still looking to put the work in. And so he will find himself another frag on towards Muffin. These pistols, the Tech 9s, the kind of ragtag bunch of kids that are SKUM Gaming in this round have been wiped aside. Got nothing done, got no bomb plant. Philip, the last man to try and play this one out as he is over towards his second room drop, just peeking into it almost. Decides, you know what, perhaps my better options are to play around towards window, which I think with the P250, much more likely to get yourself that quick headshot.
He comes in the flank, above drop will take him down. So, going into the third buy round of the game, or fourth, sorry. AWP on the side of Duck. 4 AKs as well, and the money is still strong on the Endpoint side. If they lose this one here, the money will be thin, but they can still buy into the next one. So the point is, SKUM need 2 in a row right now. They need to chain 2 rounds together, break the economy of Endpoint. At that point, it's going to be 6-7 in the favour of Endpoint, and then they break their economy, and then they get the lead they want. That could end 8-7 in their favour.
Duck is going to go very aggressive. This time, the B-plant early control is not just one player, it's a very niche boost. But look at the amount of nades that CT side are throwing. They are raining down the fragging prowess, all from those nades. Great read from Endpoint to go for that, denying any sort of boost, denying any sort of early pick. Don't jump there, Luzzer, though, please. Make them a little bit more cautious for Duck as he does hold that angle ever so precariously. Another flash is going to be popped. Luzzer now peeks it out, waits for Duck to peek. And it is going to be NK, the first man to fall back on that shoulder peek. Duck is going to get the repeat, though, but only legging him. And that leg doesn't change anything in this round. No. It doesn't add anything to the situation. SKUM, they're getting themselves into a pretty deep, dark hole. Where do they go from this?
That tactical pause. Imi addressing the problem being B platform. Now the Endpoint have control of that, using various tactics such as 3HE grenades.
It's one way to do it.
Exactly. And it definitely sends a message to don't come in fast as well. Imi playing underneath window. Chucks the molly, and they know exactly where the SKUM players are. They're isolated towards drop, finds one, and the bomb and the AWP on Duck.
Nice little peek to come in from Luzzer. Punishes Duck even further, leaving just Filler on 12 HP now. Try and have a bit of an impact. 15 seconds left. He decided to scream out the phrase, "This is Sparta," apparently, as he charges up through ramp and sinks with the ship. Endpoint. But actually, just to go back to those frag grenades, another really big point on that is not actually the way they're using the frag grenades to get the picks, it's the cost and the value of doing it with the nades instead of, you know, risking losing a rifle and such. Yeah, if you agree with that, but the economics,
isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very cheap way of dispatching of SKUM without actually losing anything. You're just throwing a few frag grenades, which realistically, in terms of CS and the kind of the way you use those, you're just looking to do damage and getting picks of them. Why not?
Yeah, and versus the Eco. And Ezio, they're just going for the wide face towards long. Typically, though, you would flash that, but with the spawn he had, he can go nice and fast. Luzzer going towards B platform. This time, there's no smoke there. We'll chuck the molly. Catch out.
Cool pick from him. Maybe the Eagles to try and cause a bit of havoc, stir up the pot somewhat with a bit of drama here and there as NK looking for those good old fluke 1Ds, but it isn't really going to fall into place as Luzzer is just going to be the man to consistently, time and time again, break them down. That EWP really doing so much in these eco-round scenarios. Very weird to see an AWP actually finding the bulk of the frags. You usually expect the rifles to go close and personal.
Yeah, versus the ecos.
So it's surprising that Lazar, but at the same time, being given this much respect on platform, this many free peaks.
Exactly.
Why not? It's a long-range battle.
Easy
It's effectively
frags.
alleyway. It's it's
Then
easy
again,
picks.
the frags he's been getting have been so vital on the B side. I mean, after eventually Philadelphia's full, we can take a look at the scoreboard. I think Lazar must be on, what, 16 kills already? Only 13 rounds in? Yeah. So leading the charge, 16-6. Great showing here from him. So, 9-4. SKUM, if they need to change something, it's right now, because if Endpoint get double digits on their CT side cobblestone, that's when there's questions to be answered, right? They had such a good run of form up until Epic LAN. After Epic LAN, it seems like their confidence is shaking. They're playing very hesitant on their T side, playing very respectable. They're respecting their opponents so hard. As soon as Hawkins can't carry their T side and get openings for them on their B platform, it just falls apart.
They usually use the phrase respect just to rail on that point a little bit further. SKUM, they actually said when they play UK teams, they don't know who they are, so they don't try and show them anything. But coming away from LAN, it's clear that now they have had that identity, that quick reality. They're trying to burst the issue either way out towards the B side. They will find themselves one, but they haven't quite really been able to deal with PT at all. He is doing so much from Tree, being given so many opportunities. This man is just walking all over them, and they still have no idea that he's there. He's killed 2 people, make that 3 people now. Let's do a double take, because he's going to get a 4th as well. Why is no one dealing with PT? That is textbook CS. Ridiculous stuff.
Boost tree. Okay, typically you go for the boost tree when you're anticipating execute to come in. Being on the tree means you're over the smoke. It means you're over the smokes and you can see over them. You can get those free kills towards platform. Typically you get 1 kill, 2nd kill, and get traded out. The problem is, SKUM Gaming look a bit disorientated there. Somehow, someway, PT manages to get multiple frags there when you simply shouldn't have. Easy trade there for SKUM. And now Luz with the confidence of the frags and the way he's played the first half. Fails the jump. Good flashbang there from his teammate. That's what I wanted to see. Flashbangs from his teammates. I mean, when he was going for the B-plat control earlier, he was just dry facing and taking his head clean off.
Well, going to get himself back up onto that angle, but this time, I'm not really a big fan, and thankfully he's decided to fall off yet again. Took basically 50 HP in terms of damage for real no value at all. So now it's going to be a smoke lineup. That smoke going to find itself over between door or rock, depending on which variation. This team want to roll towards flashes as well. Going to find themselves just over the tips of that wall. But Lazar's still in an angle for him to shine upon. It's going to be Max and Lazar all to combine. The picks raining in. And there really is nothing to say. It's just textbook mow down from the CT side. PT to get a headshot on towards Muffin. 11-4. Really strong CT side from Endpoint.
It is.
You should be getting a lot more on your T side.
A lot I mean, on a map like Cobblestone as well, you typically, well, I think Yanko said that you spawn with map control, right? You come in, you can take B platform very, very easily. And this is the thing, right? The reason why some teams go for a T default where they take control of alley is because B plat is so easy to retake. You can give it to the CTs, take control of alley, have 2 players that were towards drop, outside drop, have them flash, face, Olaf finds the smoke, molly towards stairs, and retake B plat, and that's where you have control of both sides of the map. Position of alley towards A, and obviously B, but already a fast play on the pistol.
Oh, it's so quick. And there's no one from the CT side to stop them. They've given up drop zone control, which is very questionable on a CT side pistol. Doc going to have to try and do so much here with a USP, but unfortunately only able to find himself 1, and that's going to be so brutal. NK going to find himself 1, a snap back on towards Imi Hawkins, trying to respond on towards Lazar, but is that going to be enough? Arguably no. A huge nade to be missed by NK as well. He gets smoked off, gets flashed off, peeks towards Rock, but NK, how are you landing that? Ezio is going to fall. It's a 1 versus 1. NK playing around Fountain. Max over towards Block now, just going to sit tight in the angle, trying to almost play time in this one as he walks further step by step. The diffuser going to be toggled. NK is going to be sticking this. Max, you need to peek, you need to land the shots. NK going to let go of the diffuse though, goes back towards the stick. 2 seconds, 1 second. No NK is going to win this round. NK, how are you getting away with that? Madness from this kid. Questionable stuff. A huge 1-tap. How is he going to get away with that? Gets the frag at the end as well. SKUM Gaming win the pistol.
I mean, where was that all game? Pulls it out exactly when SKUM needed it. If they had lost that pistol, it would have been, what, 14-4? NK stepping up big for his team, and now they win the pistol. This could be 7-11. Although the bomb did go down, so... Oh, they're forcing actually. If they lose this, this could be very, very dire for Endpoint here. This could be 11-7. And then from there, so much pressure on that first buy round for Endpoint. If they lose that, SKUM Gaming will be creeping up behind very, very fast. But still, into this round, 3 Tech-9s, Galil and AK, so decent firepower. Good set of grenades though. You can see they're playing passive towards B platform because they know they can easily retake it.
Yeah, it's just being smart there. Kind of having this whole T-side well crafted by the likes of me, who is an incredibly smart IGL, as is. But it's whether they deal with Hawkins. That's what concerns me.
Yep.
He was the man that ran Riot over towards B platform on the T side, and now he's the man to pitch his tent over on towards B platform. He's pretty much just become one with Flat on this map. PT, Max, all but creeping on up. They don't win the battle up on towards the top. Very decisive, actually, but they're not going to check so far. This isn't look like they're actually checking. They're going to throw it down a Molotov, but none of these players are checking. He's only going to find one, though, as Max will be the third man in, but finds the frag either way. The T-side now well and truly out onto the site of smoke to cover their cross down as they dart on towards Fountain, but they're going to be spraying it through. Nonetheless, there is a tiny little gap, but none of these guys taking full advantage of that. It is going to be Mighty Max to punish one. Phil, though, a double kill with the UMP. This force up getting more and more riskier by the second. Immy is going to be spotted over towards platform. That's information to be handed to the likes of Muffin. As the bomb is going to go down, but that really doesn't change anything at all in this 2 versus 2. Both the CTs still stuck over towards block zone. They want to shut down that distance. They want to play to the strengths of the UMP. As another smoke is going to be where Ezio tries to mold himself to win, but you don't want to walk into that. Filler, another frag for him. A triple kill in this round. Muffin going to find the last. Endpoint. They cock up their force up. SKUM Gaming.
Simply to put it, simple way to put it.
They're going to get their 6th.
Amy there going no armor, wanted to buy nades, and he saw how important those grenades were. The smokes came down, the flashes came through, they had control of the B-bomb site. But I mean, Filler, fair play to you, mate. Gets the kill through the gap in the smoke. Bad smoke there thrown by Endpoint. Flick 180 headshots that player that jumped through the speed smoke to go for the trade. And then through the smoke, took down Ezio, making it a 1 versus 2. And for Immy, with no armor, I mean, yeah, you could play that better. You could play towards stairs, play headshot angle, but hindsight's 2020. So the eco now for Endpoint, and I mentioned before, if they lost this one, they could be, well, they will be potentially 11-7, and then from there, SKUM Gaming, that's when they need to kick in gear.
The other thing as well is that, you know, you talk about them kicking in gear, that's 2 huge back-to-back players stepping up and putting on these big highlight reel moments.
How is it repeatable, right?
Not necessarily about the repeatable comment, as much as I agree with that. The actual kind of thought that I'm trying to rack towards is, if there's something that gets a team cheering, I said that quite a lot during UK Masters Season 2, and it was true then, and I think it's true now. SKUM, they've gone from being the team who are kind of, you know, they were getting wrecked in that first half to going, you know what, actually, hold on a second. We're still in this. We can still do this. We've got our players stepping up. You know, their IGL is going to be sitting there and going, actually, hold on a second. I can contest this. I've got players who can actually do work.
Talking about doing work, mate. Muffin there with a nice 3K spread on the M4A1S. That's quite difficult to do, but then again, these targets are unarmored. Lars with a big nice one hit there for him. So far, Lars has definitely been the man of the match for Endpoint. So many nice kills here for him. It's a shame we didn't see, you know, that level of play earlier on. I mean, he's 20-10 right now, playing lights out for his team. Can he keep up his form?
I think he needs the rest of his team as well.
Well, I mean,
it feels like he can only do so much.
Yeah, Max is the star of this team. He's been playing well. Pete's in his rounds. It's Ezio and Immy that, you know, need to step up.
Ezio's been so sporadic as well recently.
It's not just, well, the thing is as well with Ezio is like, recently in form, I mean, talk about Premier Games when they were playing versus B Pro, playing versus, what was this, Crowns on Dust 2. Ezio was the player that really brought them through. Carried a lot of rounds, but can they bring them through this?
They're going to have to cut you off here because the T-side, they're already pushing well and truly out on towards the site. PT going to find himself one on towards Hawkins. Duck is back with the trade though. Meanwhile, Immy does get himself that long-range drag on towards NK. Philip tapping ever so lightly over towards platform. He's going to throw out a very nice flash. Going to aid Duck even further with his quest. Towards Rock. Oh, straight through. Chicken through that again. Duck going to pull through. Just 3 HP, but 3 HP is enough for him to still be standing, enough for him to still have an impact. Villa going to find himself a pick. They boost a player on towards Tree. This is a great strategy from the CT side. Mid-retake boosting a player there is so much value to it now because Max, he's going to have no idea. He's going to peek one. Oh, Muffin going to tag him down, but he might have actually bought enough time. This is actually crazy, Max. He may have just done enough. He has done enough, Max. Smart play to back off.
Exactly. Nerves are still there. Doesn't get
probably
flustered.
2 seconds in that?
Yeah, doesn't get flustered in the moment. Falls back behind the cubby, and that makes it 12-7. A 1 versus 3 there for Max. That shouldn't have been their round. And for SKUM, you've got to be feeling deflated, right? This is one of the problems with being such a hype team or rallying behind a big play, is when things don't go your way, and you are the team to make mistakes. You just fall flat and potentially...
It sinks in a lot more, doesn't it?
Exactly. You become so emotionally invested. So Immy and his fellow teammates taking control of A long. Let's see. No, actually, no one playing on the A side right now. Muffin, they're rotating in. Let's see if Endpoint Team take control of alley, flash over, execute towards the B bomb site, or will Muffin rip their heads off?
Yeah, really looking to Muffin here. He's the man to get thrown up on a pedestal. And pretty much get informed that this is his time to now put up work. I said I saw him do some great stuff with their AWP. Rifles were not something that were completely ignored either. He was still able to put up on that scoreboard consistently, that kind of second player who was there to fight. So far, though, he's only able to actually find nothing. He's going to get taken down. Filler through the smoke. Does find himself a tray, just Filler things. NK diving around now. Going to break through that metal sheeting. Gives himself an opportunity, but Max could be the real thorn in his side to make this retake that a little bit harder. Ezio, a headshot on towards Filler. Now he's actually going to cut him down as they try and play towards balcony. And as seconds go on by, this retake gets more and more improbable. As Hawkins has his work well and truly cut out for him. Laza, PT, actually just going to a bit of a roundhouse kick, goes flying from above him, not even sure where he came from. But either way, 13-7. Endpoint, they're starting to break through now. They're starting to get these rounds going. And when they do, SKUM, they start to run out of steam. Because it's 13 rounds. They only need 3 more to get the win.
Exactly. SKUM Gaming need 9 more to take this. Endpoint only 3. So, this will be the full eco now for SKUM Gaming. They're going to allow Endpoint to double their scoreline, hit 14. SKUM, they need 7 in a row if they want any chance of equalising the scoreboard. Or even worse, going for OT, they need 8. Whereas Endpoint just need 1. Still though, it is cobblestone. Force-wise, they're so strong in this map because there's so many close angles. Long, close angles towards mid, towards drop especially, and also B platform playing around the plat itself, towards the crack, towards the stairs. Very close range angles.
All ones where P250s can go for those little blazing headshots.
Exactly.
Use speed for their advantage. Otherwise you can run pretty damn fast with these pistols nowadays. Molotovs, of course. Gotta go down. Very slow stuff from Endpoint. Nice way to approach it, I think. I think it's better when you've got that kind of run and gun ability of these pistols. Playing it slow is the standard way to approach it. Drop down these smokes. There's no harm for them to use these flashes at this point. It's better that they approach it this way than go for the whole, okay, let's not use some utility, let's save some to try and get maximum impact out of this round. Whereas instead they could just get themselves their 14th, get their 15th and end it.
Yep. I think for Endpoint as well, you don't have to be so careful, right? You're 14, well, about to be 14-7 up. You've already 6 rounds in the lead. They can start to take risks. This is a SKUM game. Yes, you want them to take risks to try to get back into the game. But when you've got so many rounds to give up, that's when, you know, Imi might be taking his chances here. Might be going for some fast plays, trying to catch SKUM off guard. I mean,
could be a very double-edged sword, though.
Exactly. It could even be fakes. Who knows? But what I'm saying is, Endpoint have so many rounds to play with. They can take risks. They haven't gone for a fast set play yet on their T side. Maybe that could be the final nail in the coffin to end SKUM.
Yes, I think the kind of the advantage to that is that just the surprise factor. SKUM are going to go, okay, hold on, you've just pulled something out of the bag that we had no idea you could even do. Of course, SKUM in this one just going to be saving these pistols, it seems. Not much doing anything at all. Laza still going to be tapping some heads.
Must be high frags now.
Surely going to be high frags.
Can we get the tab, please?
23-11.
23-11 here. Great play so far from Laza. Fair few eco kills, but then again, the attacks happen towards B.
There's still impact, yeah. With
exactly.
that AWP, he's a huge
died,
anchor.
Exactly. Very big difference, a very stark contrast from when he had the rifle towards B and when he had the orb. Far more comfortable, he plays that statue every round and holds the B side. Anyway, 14-7 now. Hawkins going for the fast play, will he catch on down?
Papa finds himself one, not going to find just another. PT is going to respond. Imi right behind Filler, snaps back in with a very swift and easy backstab for him to find PT, though. Isn't bouncing out of platform. And this could be risky. Duck gets to get himself into position, buys more time, has a gap in the smoke to toy with, is going to find just another NK. They're ready and waiting to backstab Imi in return. Perseverance is the factor of SKUM Gaming. There's now the 3 versus 1. Mighty Max being forced to push forward. Has to try and make a play here. 2 players to find. Spots a player jumping, goes for a swift one-tap, isn't able to connect though. And as things get further and further in, Mighty Max's heart gets further broken. This situation just gets so damn difficult now. Back through the edge of the box, Duck's still going to be facing. Has a smoke to really act even further as a shroud. Nothing. Going to finally end him out of this one. SKUM Gaming, 14-8.
SKUM, they take the one they need. That could have potentially been the final bar run for them, but instead, they claw it back. They shut down the push there. The fast, aggressive play from the CT side actually caught off the T side off guard there. I mean, I mentioned before that Imi, with so many rounds to throw away, he might change it up and play fast. That's exactly what happened. Unfortunately for him, though, it was countered by fast play themselves from the CT side, and you know what? Who cares? They're 14-8 up. There's still 6 rounds in the lead. They can afford to lose these rounds. It's okay. You tried something different. Now you can already see the instant change of pace. They're playing far, far slower. If they, in their heads right now, they're thinking, if we play our own game, we'll win this.
Hopefully that does come on true. They seem to be playing slower, at least that's kind of what first meets the eye, but I'm hoping there's no complacency when they actually take the peaks. Yeah. That's really the next big thing we have to look towards now, because even if they're playing slow, but then still go for these aggro peaks and then still fall short, SKUM do have that entryway back into this half, because as much as there is a bit of a gap, it's not that difficult for a team to start to rack up momentum, start to zone Endpoint out, and once Endpoint run out of money, that gap really starts to dwarf itself. But the immediate future, which is the point that we really have to rail on, is going to come down to this peak over towards long. Already you can see Ezio and NK, both of them pretty much touching tits when it comes down to waiting for this face. There's going to be a flash from Ezio. Pushes a little bit further. Both of those flashes actually will do nothing at all, though. And Ezio going to be like a deer in headlights. No idea his opposition wasn't blind and gives up an easy pick for the CT side. As Max now going to spot a player towards Tree. Does have the support of Filler, which is going to be ever so fruitful as that Tree player is going to fall off from Filler. Just going to be tapping heads left, right, and center. Duck now in a huge position towards this block wall. Endpoint going to fall all over the place.
PT last line as lost his fall. Towards the stair position, he shall crumble. 14-9 now. Things are starting to get a little bit close for comfort for Endpoint. Now only 5 rounds separate these two teams, and money is low and dwindled on the side of Endpoint. Gonna go for the save. Allow SKUM to get 10. This is, if you're SKUM right now, you have to have high number of players stay alive. You have to have your economy strong. Okay, you cannot lose a round to Endpoint now. Get them onto a match point and then have to force yourself onto an awful buy on UMPs and so forth. Still, fast play here from Endpoint towards it.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty much them trying to rocket with these P250s, rocket with these blocks. They find one in the process and actually get a second. Somehow they can trades work, which would be ridiculous, as Emit going to tap further as well. Isn't able to find anything just yet, but still, they're cobbling it together. Phil, a flying one tap onto his Luzzer Duck. Starting to make this one seem as swift as it should have been originally. Now with a bomb to be dropped, angles to be covered. Feeling the CD side. Finally just deal with these pistols. Molotovs as well, going to force them to even tougher a position now. A 2 versus 3, of course. With PT just caught yet again. Going to have to fall on SKUM Gaming, 14-10, and this is what I'm talking about. As much as I see the idea of Endpoint having rounds to lose, the problem was their economy. Now they have to kind of go for this, okay, buy the Nico sort of mindset. And at 14-10, if SKUM Gaming can still tackle them again in this 25th round, we are looking at a very dwarf gap.
What's the Nico mindset you're talking about?
Hmm?
What's the Nico mindset you're talking about?
Eco.
Oh,
Nico.
You said Nico, my bad. 14-10. From 7 to 6 to 5 to now 4. If SKUM Gaming win this and force Endpoint onto another quasi-buy, this could be 14-12, 14-13. Getting very, very close to coming run out for Endpoint, but still. No AWP on the server. 5 rifles on both sides. This could mean a set play towards me from Endpoint. Smokes, flashbangs. Not really too many mollies you can throw. You can molly chicken coop, molly tree, but that's about it. And then for the side of SKUM, try and hold up.
PT starting off strong, an entry frag for him, claims the life of Philip. Meanwhile, NK trying to throw the curveball into the mix, and so he will as he strikes back a trade. Great work coming out from both of these players individually, depending on which side of the board you wish to favor. Of course, logically, all eyes have to be set upon Endpoint, but you can't forget Hawkins. He's back again on towards platform. He's back again with a T side, not checking their corners. He's going to peek on out, drops the bomb, goes for a double dip on towards Luzzer. Is going to fall short, but Luzzer needs to grab that bomb and get onto that site, because with 40 seconds left, SKUM are the sort of team that get those picks and drop that bomb close to fountain. They're the sort of team that deny those bomb plants. If they play their cards right, they could have got it, but unfortunately and thankfully for Endpoint, they will make that cross happen. But Duck, he isn't going to give up. He isn't going to roll short. He's playing towards block. He peeks out, finds one. Looks for a second. Luzzer is going to fall as well. Duck, free reign on towards block. Max going to pop up though. Goes for a third. One tap on towards Muffin. Isn't going to quite land it, but gets given a second chance. But Muffin with his sidearm will carry things home for SKUM along the fuse. But it doesn't matter, as SKUM Gaming will win this round. And here is that kind of mentality that I was trying to talk about with Endpoint. Buy, eco, buy. They can't really do too much going into this next round.
Bomb's down. They did get the bomb down,
that helps them, but it's still so shaky now because their money, you're going to have some players with good amounts, some players with so-so.
So, if they buy here, lose it, then it goes to SKUM at 12 and then 13. Okay, yeah, so they're going to go for the buy here. because of how many rounds are left. We're on the 26th round. Only 4 more rounds left to play out. Oh, sorry, 5 to play out. And at that point, things will get very, very close.
It's got to sting though.
That's
really what's
so
got to be
far
said.
ahead as well. It's just like on their T side, they're playing slow, right? And in the middle portion of the round, when they go for the pushes, SKUM Gaming are shutting them down.
The concern for Endpoint now is it is that kind of blunt point though that they need to make this one work.
And NK going for an NK push as he does with the AWP, finds Ezio. Ezio being the new lurk player for this team. Imi tweeting out that Ezio's been playing lights out and playing a lot better recently in his new role. Fortunately for him, though, can't show hit.
Max trying to go aggressive in towards drop zone, but Filler is just going to run circles around them and flashes out, goes to the repeak. If anything, all he's going to get from that is the steps over towards platform. Hawkins going to be holding angle this time. This T-side are more than happy just to hold it, but Duck is winning the duels. Hawkins will fall, but they don't expect Duck to be there again. Then he just gets the reposition after reposition, drops the bomb, will fall on back. But PT in a 1 versus 4. This round just moments away from finally getting to that point that we both spoke so dearly about. Endpoint, they're about to get equalized. 14-12 now.
God.
Their economy's still ever so shaky. Yes, it's not quite the literal definition of an eco round, and I'm more than happy to admit that loss. But all of these buys have been shaky. All of them have lacked in certain areas. The last round, we saw some utility thankfully cobbled together due to that bomb plant. But this one, Tech 9s.
Tech 9s to boot. 14-12. 14-12. 5 sets of armor though. So as you mentioned before, there wasn't the fully, but it is the quasi buy. Chance of the winner this is far, far higher. I mean, you got to think back to when SKUM had their 5 sets of armor. And if they had armor, sorry, 5 sets of armor, if they had it, they would have won it. Anyway. Hold off, Max. No.
Too close for comfort there. NK with the AWP.
What?
Through the
How many times?
Gets away with it over and over again. Lazo with the pistol. Gonna dive on a round. It's a 3 versus 4. Mighty Max has got the AWP in play. Filler trying so hard to really just put on a bit of a show at this point. Waiting to see what can be done from Dora, of course, as a flash is going to go out yet again from the CT side, but Max with the AWP is looking to be the anchor for his team. Shot's going to be missed from Filler. That's going to give up his position as well. Loza now going to hold with a Tech 9. Hawkins begins to maneuver himself, tries to go aggressive, but can't quite catch Loza off guard, and that is going to be huge. How are they getting this close? How are they letting this happen on this T side? They have no smoke. But Filler, this is Filler we're talking about. Filler, he wins these. Filler is making it work in AWP. Can't quite land the shot.
He killed the planter. The diffuser. He's done it. He's done it. 15-12. Imi there peeks out. Split second decision there between the two players. Hits the shot on the player diffusing. Wins the round for his team.
There's an inch in there.
Tiny.
Both of those players were standing pretty much dead set next to each other. They were stacked.
Oh my goodness.
We didn't even get to know who was dead until we saw that round ending.
Money's still strong though on the side of SKUM. I mean, they have a UMP, a 5.7. But then again, they do have the 3 rifles on their side. So this round is definitely very winnable. If they win this, Eco, Endpoint, we could be seeing 15-14 very, very easily. SKUM going for the boost towards the God spot. And obviously, going to be playing mid as well, his teammate.
Just going to stay this right, though, no, as a statement in itself. Imi, if Endpoint close out this round right now, Imi just won them this game.
Exactly.
Single-handedly making it work. Now they have to just do it one more final time. 5 picks is the dream. 5 picks is the goal. And it's certainly a reality. Muffin on a fruitful angle, though, one that the CT side haven't played not once throughout the entirety of the matchup. Endpoint didn't employ this either, so it's fresh. It's something different. Could be the punch that Endpoint are not expecting. Well, they've got their block up. Their guard is raised. Endpoint, bit by bit, beginning to maneuver. Bomb on the force on the back of Imi. And the A-site, a very clear target here, which, judging by the positions of SKUM, long, a huge avenue of attack, and one that could be very, very strong for Endpoint, providing they play their cards right. His flashes are going to go off. Ezio, we will look to beat the curveball, forces their attention to drift on over, and so he will. He finds himself one, but Max is there to trade. These long fires now can run absolutely anywhere they want, and it's looking so beautiful. SKUM Gaming, you are pretty much out of this one. PT, a headshot on towards Duck. Endpoint, 16-12. Imi, I'll say it again, the man to win them this map.